Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Great to see everybody this evening. This is really all at least here, it's all folks who are often our Shabbat morning group. So it's lovely to see you all in the evening as well. So hopefully everybody grabbed a Mishkan Tefillah, our Siddur. That's where we're going to start tonight. So just a little bit of a roadmap. We'll have our service and Kiddush as kind of usual, I guess, like on a Saturday morning. And then we are going to turn off the live stream and we'll keep the Zoom, of course, as we do on Saturday mornings. And we'll grab a nash and then we'll do some study. And we'll give you further instructions about what books you might want for that. And I see you have handouts and I have handouts. And we will talk to the people on the screen because I don't think either one of us managed to send handouts because we didn't know who was coming. So, all that said, we will begin in our Siddur on page 389. Now, summer's prospect, the world ripening and growing softer, the promise of harvest fulfilled, the warming sun lies before us. Now the vision of Torah, the world at peace and growing gentler, the promise of goodness fulfilled, the loving heart lies open to the mind. And we'll continue on 392.
392? יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברך חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון ויומכון, וחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם יומי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו, לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, ששבחתה ונחמתה, ואמירם בימיו אמרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chokhmah poteach she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, בולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שלום. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, אהבת תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוגך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם בחיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה. והבטך תשם ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות פניניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Rini, if you would, on the middle of 405, doubting.
Doubting is but the forefront of faith, a faith in the infinite growth of an unbounded creation. Go ahead.
A doubting of age is one of restlessness and discontent with what is current. A doubt is an idea that is still alive.
To doubt that the past has uncovered all things is to express faith that many things are still to be uncovered.
To doubt that we have grown to our full stature and knowledge is to express faith that we may develop into beings with such power and dignity that we cannot as yet imagine what shall be.
This next tune, for Mi Chamocha, oftentimes you use a signature tune. There aren't really a lot of signature tunes for Shavuot, but there is one from a poem called Akdamut. And some of us who were in the acrostics class may remember there was a double acrostic. It was an Akdamut. It was in Aramaic. It was a double acrostic going all the way through, and it had the guy's name at the end, and it just went on and on and on. That might be another thing to study sometime in Shavuot, but not this time. So this is a melody that goes to that poem. So, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Dora teilot osefel, Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei hayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar yidra Adonai el Yaakov, Yalom yel chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Ushmor tzedkenu uvoenu, lechayim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei suchat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We're going to continue now. Oh no, it's on the next page, and then on page 468.
Page 410 and kind of at the bottom or the middle. וידבר משה את מועדי אדוני אל בני ישראל.
Now we're going to continue on page 468 with Amidah. Please.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 שפתי תפתח. Na 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 ופי יגיד תהילתך. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 שפתי תפתח. Na 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 ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם עליי מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מחכה לחיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Be seated. We're going to continue on 478 in the English at the bottom, and I believe Oscar, we are up to you.
478?
Yes, you have chosen.
You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us closer to your service, so that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth.
In your love, Adonai, our God, you have given us feast of gladness and seasons of joy. This festival of Shavuot, season of our receiving Torah, to unite in worship and recall the Exodus from Egypt.
Well done figuring that one out. But I'm going to spare Megan on the next page, the complicated craziness. We're on 480. Our God, I'll come back to you, Megan. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace, and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Shavuot.
זוכרנו אדוני אלוהינו בו לטובה.
This day, remember us for well-being.
אמן. ופוקדנו בו לברכה.
This day, bless us with your nearness.
אמן. והושיענו בו לחיים.
This day, help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
All right, we're going to continue on 483. This one's complicated. We're going to go around by stanza, but responsively on the indicted ones. If we can handle this, we're going to try it. Megan,
All right,
lead us off.
okay. Let standing corn grow ripe as dewdrops bring their blessing. Food for the hungry, healing for the sick.
Let the bare vines be draped with great blossoms as the heavens yield their dew.
Let oases drip with plenty, and hills be draped in gladness, dressed with flowers in the colors of spring.
Singing your great goodness as the heavens yield their dew.
Let the trees God made be fed on valley and hill. The granaries be filled with grain, the vats with wine and oil.
Let every village be joyous and safe as the heavens yield their dew.
Let those who spend themselves in the study of our faith shine bright as stars.
You feed the hungry soul, the dry and empty heart, and fill it with delight as the heavens yield their dew. Send your sweet breeze to renew our life. Restore to its ancient glory the land of our heritage.
You who are good to all, let the time of redemption come and renew our life.
Our God and God of our ancestors, as dew descends,
Let light illumine the earth, let blessing restore the earth.
Let joy and gladness abound on the earth. Let song resound on the earth. And with goodness and sustenance, deliver us on earth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Yisrael, v'hashmanim. Beautifully done. And Nicole, let's do 484, find favor.
Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer and love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all, who calls, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion.
Blessed are you, Adonai,
whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato l'tzion.
And we're going to Zoom. I think you both have Sidurim, right? Nancy, okay. Okay, Nancy Malling, we're going to you. Would you on the top of 487, please, our ancestors?
Our ancestors acclaimed the God whose handiwork they read in the mysterious heavens above and in the varied scene of earth below, in the orderly march of days and nights, of seasons and years, and in the checkered fate of humankind. Lift up your eyes, look up. Who made these stars? Baruch atah Adonai, hatos himka laha ne'eh lehadot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atah Melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atah Melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'einecha levarer et Amecha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai, HaMevarech L'Amo Yisrael B'Shalom.
I'll admit, as we go into silent prayer, that one of my favorite things about festival services is that the left side readings, especially in the pages on peace, are totally different, some of them, than what we get the rest of the year. And so we are going to take a moment for quiet personal prayer, and we're going to actually, when we continue, it will be on page 492. So we have a couple of pages of readings that you could peruse.
Ose shalom bimromah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Never gets old. Never gets old. Before we go to Elena, I can see the campers already turning to Elena, right?
No, I'm just looking around, like, what
Elena.
closing song are we gonna have?
Oh, okay.
That's a different thing.
Before we go, I'm going to add a couple of readings because I can. Who was it who was in here? It was you guys who were the canons who were in here first, who saw this book sitting and they were like, "Oh, your favorite author." So this is one of my many Alden Salovey books, and this one in particular. This one in particular is called These Words, Poetic Midrash on the Language of Torah. And the layout of this book is fascinating to me, that basically every set of pages is a word. Let's see, on this page, Adonai, God, a Hebrew word. There's like an essay on it, a brief, this much, an essay on it, and then a poem. And it's so interesting. To me. So I'm going to share a couple of them that are very relevant to where we are, to Shavuot. We were talking, again, the canons, we were talking, here are the first ones here. We were talking about the various meanings of this holiday, and we know it as Kabbalat Torah, receiving Torah, is one of the reasons we celebrate this holiday. Another reason we celebrate this holiday is the agricultural explanation, the first fruits, which is Bikurim, which is what, which synagogue is it? Is it Beth Israel Ner Tamid?
Yes.
That's what they call their confirmation program, is Bikurim, first fruits. We call ours Kabbalat Torah, receiving Torah. It's pulling the themes of this holiday and in different names. And so he actually, in this book, has both Bikurim and Torah as two of his words. So I thought we would learn from Alden for a moment. So Bikurim, first fruits. And I can read just the poems, which is what I do during sanctuary services generally, but his essays are so interesting, and then he pulls those themes in his poem. You can sense the wheels turning in his head when you get both together. So Bikurim, first fruits, a gift, a tithe, a sacrifice. The distinction between these holy acts of giving by the Israelites can be lost on us, living thousands of years after our ancient agrarian ancestors and after service in the temple ended. These offerings, brought to the temple and given to the priestly class, each had its own purpose. The Torah uses two words for first fruits, almost synonymously, bikurim and reshit. Although the connotation seems to be different, the action they represent, bringing first fruits as gift offerings to the temple, is the same. Modern commentaries, regardless of which word is used in the Torah, generally refer to this act as bikurim. The root of bikurim, bet kaf resh, means invested with birthright, firstborn. This is the same root as bechor, firstborn, based on the same general principle in the Torah that the firstborn child and the firstborn animal belonged to God. The first fruits were to be brought to the temple as gift offerings. Rashi, quoting Mishnah Bikurim, says that this gift applied only to the 7 species of agricultural products that bless the land of Israel: wheat, barley, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. The connotation of Bikurim appears to be chronological, literally the first fruits that appear. Reshit comes from the root resh aleph shin, meaning head. Reshit holds the meanings of beginning, first fruits, choicest parts. It derives from the word rosh, meaning head, chief, leader, summit, beginning. In all forms, reshit is used 18 times in Torah, but only once without a bet prefix, forming the name of the first book of Torah, Bereshit. In the context of first fruits, the connotation of reshit appears to be qualitative, the very finest fruits of the year. When used together in the form of reshit bikurei, occurring only twice in Torah, translators typically render the meaning as choicest first fruits. So he writes, my first fruits. Poetry and song are the first fruits of my life, the words I give back to God as prayer. Also my love for my children, for you, and life itself. Only you know the first fruits of your life, the first and finest of your thoughts and deeds. Only you know what you are willing to offer the eternal, creator of heaven and earth. Okay, and with your permission, I'll do the Torah one also. All right, Torah, teaching. According to the Talmud, before God created the universe, God created Torah, one of the 7 things brought into being before creation. Perhaps God needed to create Torah as a precursor to creating the world. Bereshit Rabbah makes the bold claim that God used Torah as the blueprint for all creation. Torah is defined as instruction, law, teaching, doctrine, direction. The word is derived from the root yud resh he, meaning to teach or instruct. Some scholars connect the root to an Aramaic word meaning he taught, others to the Arabic he handed down, and others to the Akkadian to guide. The same root has a second meaning, to throw, cast, or shoot. Combining the meanings of the 2 roots, we might say that Torah is the straight teaching. Rabbi Lawrence Kushner defines Torah as the way. Rav Samson Raphael Hirsch derives Torah from an alternative root, he resh he, meaning to conceive. He writes, just as an embryo grows from a seed that is implanted at conception, so too God's teachings plant a seed, so to speak, which develops in the recipient to an ever greater consciousness of good. Like an author writing a memoir, the Torah is unabashedly unafraid to talk about itself. The Torah tells us that it is our inheritance. It asks us, what other nation has a teaching as perfect as this? Cursed be whoever will not uphold the terms of this teaching and observe them. And all the people shall say, Amen. In all, the word Torah appears in the 5 books of Moses 56 times, 22 of them in Deuteronomy, the great recapitulation of God's miracles and God's laws. 3 of Maimonides' 13 principles of faith speak of the Torah: belief in the primacy of Torah, Moses' prophecy, belief in the divine origin of the Torah, and belief in the immutability of Torah. Together, that would make Torah God's autobiography. So this poem is called Autobiography. My Torah, my autobiography, is, in truth, the story of you. What joy you inspire in heaven when you grapple with my words, when you confront the contrasts and the dissonances, love and war, anger and mercy, creation and destruction, heroes and villains, artists and zealots, laws that make sense, laws that make no sense to you. My Torah, my autobiography, is, in truth, the story of us.
Very nice.
This is why I love this book.
Can you explain about the 7 species again? With that part about the,
What about it specifically?
well, because I thought maybe after we finish the service,
And we can go in there and
we
look.
could do a field trip, because the curtain has the 7 species on it,
Yeah.
and so.
So you want me to just remind you what they are?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
The 7, the agricultural products, he writes, that bless the land of Israel: wheat, barley, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates.
I think they're all.
Oh yeah, they're all on there for sure.
Yeah.
We'll look at it later.
Yeah.
All right, so all of that said, now we can continue in our service with Aleinu, page 500.
We did say the Omer, I guess we finished counting.
We finished counting the Omer, we got all the way here.
Yeah,
This
all
is
the
what
way.
we were counting up to.
Yesterday
We
was
made it.
49. No more.
We made it, welcome. Here we are. Aleinu, page 586 in the middle of the page.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כמי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם מחנכנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצא לארץ, ומשה בקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אנוש, אמת מלכנו ובזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבת אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת אין עוד.
Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. If there's someone you are remembering tonight, please share their names with us so we can remember together.
Carol Kane and Michael Kovner.
And any other names on Zoom? Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. To join together, the words of Mourner's Kaddish are on page 598. Yitzgadal, Yitzgadash, Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma, Divrach, Yerutei, Be'amlich, Malchutei. B'chayechon, Yomechon, Chayei, B'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'adala, B'zman, Kariv, V'imru. Amen.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mubarak, Le'olam Le'amei Amayah.
Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh. V'yitchadar, V'yitchaleh, V'yitchalal, Shemei V'yutsham, B'richu. La'ela, V'yimkol, Birchata, V'shirata. Shushbachata, V'nechamata. Ta'amiran, Ve'ama, V'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'Romah. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say.
Amen. I think we'll conclude on page 642 with Al Shlosha Devarim. The world is sustained by three things: Torah, worship, and loving deeds. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam, Omer. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam, Omer. Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. Al HaTorah ve'al Avodah ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam, Omer. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam, Omer.
Before we nosh, we're going to do Kiddush, which, if you want the words to the festival Kiddush, they are on page 386. And we will come around. Nicole looks like she is playing the role of Mickey this evening. She'll come around with your fruit of the vine.
Don't call her that.
Almost.
No, I would never. That was not what I was saying. I would dare. And we'll continue in one moment with you. Same color as always. The light one is grape juice. Dark one is wine.
That's what we do. We'll say,
I'll give you this. No, no. Would you like the one with or without a fly in it? I'll give you the fly.
You can't have it with fly tie. It's milk it.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's been buzzing.
That's been buzzing around here.
Thank you.
I always think of the old.
No wonder it left us alone.
You can't have it with the fly. It's milk it tonight.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That fly has been driving us crazy for an hour, so I'm actually not mad. Now enjoying the grape juice.
The fly came to learn.
It came to learn, and it learned that you should stay away from a big puddle of grape juice if you're a fly.
I have a martial arts school. That's what I do for a living.
That was really
Yeah, so I came right from work every day.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it was
Always.
At least you saw it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it out.
Yeah.
All right, we're on page 386.
Yeah.
People there, I don't know if anybody's, are they gonna,
What?
any wine or grape juice online? Is anybody?
Well, neither of them got up, so.
No?
They got it in the flask.
Factions.
Flask, did you say?
And this is the other Akdamut tune, and it goes, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol am, ורוממנו מכל לשון, וקידשנו במצוותיו. ותיתן לנו אדוני לרבי אהבה, מועדים לשמחה, חגים וזמנים לששון, את יום חג השבועות הזה, זמן מתן תורתנו מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ומועדי קודשך בשמחה וששון, כי הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש ישראל והזמנים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
לחיים.
All right. To those who are streaming on non-Zoom platforms, Chag Sameach.